Yeah, do you know, I think we can definitely see a definite improvement. I mean, they've remembered the basics, the fundamentals about handballing, the clenched fist, the flat platform that you need a handball from, and with their kicking they've remembered, to point the ball at their toe and to swing the ball just naturally back and forward, because a lot of kids, I think, at the start have the tendency to kick the ball high, throw the ball high in the air and then kick it, so they've managed to retain the information that we gave them last week, especially their marking as well. Chest marking and the high marking has been really, really good. They've kept their elbows in and they've done an awful lot of the stuff that we've asked them to do.
Were you surprised at such an improvement from such a small amount of time?
Yeah, look, I was, but then I was surprised in the first week at how quickly their hand-eye coordination picked the game up. I think some of the kids are just naturally good athletes, and I think when you're younger you do tend to catch on to things an awful lot quicker. So yeah, no, I was very surprised initially, but even more pleased after week 2 of how quickly they've come on. Now there's obviously fine-tuning and stuff to be done, but they're actually doing a really good job and very happy with what they've done, what they've learned. Yeah, AusKick, yeah, we were very keen not to infringe on any kind of copyright, etc. with AusKick, so we decided to contact them probably last year, towards the end, and we obviously had to go through various people to get to who we wanted to get the questions that we were asking answered, that enabled us to continue. We started talking to them via, actually it ended up to be the head of AusKick in Australia, and they're very keen for us to be the contacts here in Scotland. They've given us resource forms to fill in, and we've done that. Hopefully that will enable us to get stuff across here to enable the kids program to grow. Obviously we'll be grateful at anything that we can get initially off them. But it's more about networking and kind of establishing ourselves as a positive place for the game to grow here in Scotland. We've looked at accreditation for getting qualified coaches so that we can teach at the right level, and then that allows us to progress things such as developing coordinators so that we can start leagues and stuff like that. And it's about getting the parents' involvement as well and the buy-in from that. And AusKick in Australia is traditionally like that, and so will Scottish AusKick be, hopefully, is about getting the parents to come down and watch the kids play, and then also be involved in the teams as well, and getting them moving forward. AusKick's obviously the major drive behind it is it's not about point scoring, it's not about games and who wins and loses, it's about involvement for the kids, teaching them the basic skills, and then when they get a little bit older, then they move into a more competitive environment. So I think with establishing good relationships with AusKick in Australia, it's kind of set us off on the right foot, and hopefully anything that they can provide us with knowledge or etc. will be a benefit to us, and we'll take that and put it into good practice here. Well, look, the way we came up with it was we basically used the information from AusKick in Australia that was there for schools and coordinators there on the Australian AusKick, and we've tailored it to suit a new market. Obviously kids here don't have the same exposure to Aussie rules. They don't get to see games on a weekly basis, therefore they don't know the skills the same, so they're not out practicing it with their friends, so they come into it kind of fresh. So what we've done is we've picked the basics, and we've worked them into a slightly different program than what would be the official AusKick tailored thing in Australia, and we've called that Scottish AusKick as just as a reference point for the fact that we want to develop the game here. Yep.
Has the local club, the Glasgow Sharks, been interested in being involved?
Yeah, at present, obviously, we've got an affiliation with the Sharks, and I'm involved with them as well, and that's probably where AusKick started, or Scottish AusKick started for us. We have a very high percentage of local players in our club, but we're also aware that we need to develop that. We can't rely on hopefully recruiting guys at 20, 21 and all that, and our plan is to put in place a program that nurtures our own junior development and eventually takes the guys from an AusKick level through the junior stages, through under 13s, into under 15s, and then hopefully into the seniors. And it'll build our club at the Glasgow Sharks. And the way Scottish AusKick is going to dovetail and help him with that is that we're going to use the wider base of Scottish AusKick to go into schools, primary schools and early secondary schools. And we're going to develop the game there, and then the reference point will be coming back to the Glasgow Sharks as being a local club. Our aim is to hopefully develop through Scottish AusKick and under 13s